Hi there, and welcome to this short video having a look at the pattern recognition scanner in a bit more detail. I've actually spoken to a number of clients recently who said that they kind of find this tool quite interesting, but they want to get a bit of an idea from the product development department about how they can get the most from it and kind of maximize their time on it. So first of all, I've opened up the pattern recognition scanner right here. I'm in the subscription area. I should point out a few clients have thought this means that there's actually a charge for pattern recognition. I just want to let you know that there's not. It's completely complimentary to our clients. There's no cost at all. It just means that you're subscribing to specific pattern types. Now, one of the first things you have to do is give your subscription title and name. It's called mine CMC1, and there's actually 9 different pattern types that you can go ahead and select. And as you can see there, I've only selected the top 3. So I've got wedge, channel, and triangle. You've got like head and shoulders, double top, triple bottom, all the rest of them. Personally, I don't bother with these because you already get quite a lot of patterns that come out at the end, and I find that the wedge, channel, and triangle tend to be the best. Then you've got product type, so you can choose all the asset classes that we've got. You can select all, but to be honest, guys, I tend to prefer currencies, indices, and commodities. That's just what I prefer to look at. Though if you're a share trader or you're into treasuries, feel free to select those, no problem at all. Then you've got your time interval. Time interval is basically like your candlestick interval that the charts will look at. So if you're looking at 50 minutes, 1 hour, 4, or 1 day, that's just the interval of your chart. So if you've got like a triangle formation and it's 15 minutes, so each bar that you see within the pattern will be a 50-minute interval. And they're the same for 1 hour, 4 hours, and then 1 day. Then you've got pattern type. And pattern type you've got emerging, which is like when you've got a triangle formation but the price action hasn't quite broken through it yet. So that's a trade setup that's not quite yet come to fruition. And then you've got completed patterns where you've actually had a technical breakout. It's already broken through the potential support or the potential resistance. And then you click update and you're good to go. I'm just going to go to my emerging and completed section right here. I'm going to have a look at some of these in more detail right now. So emerging patterns, as I mentioned, are kind of technical trade setups that have yet to break out. So if we have a look at the Euro 50 cash and then click on chart, that's actually going to open up a chart with support and resistance levels already drawn on there. And let's have a little look at that in detail. So as you see there, a little triangle formation right there. If it breaks out through the potential resistance right here, or breaks down through the potential support, that would be a breakout, and it would move from emerging and become a completed pattern. Why people like this section is it can be quite handy if you're wanting an early warning signal that a specific technical pattern is going to break out. And in fact, if you click this button right here, that will set an alert, so when it does break through that potential support or resistance, you'll be alerted to it on your web-based trading platform. But as I said before, I kind of personally prefer the completed pattern section because these are technical trade setups that I can be involved in right away. So if we have a look at silver, for example, I'm going to go ahead and just open up a chart right there, and I'll run through what all the different columns mean on here. So as you can see there, the difference in this instance being is that you've got your resistance, you've got your support, then you've got a price projection box. So let's have a look at silver in more detail. So when you see it right here, you've got the product name, you've got the time and date that it came out, if it was bullish or bearish, and the interval. As I said, this is a 50-minute chart. It's got 15 bars in its length. The star rating system matches up the MACD, the RSI, the stochastics, the DMI negative and DMI plus, and the ADX. Basically, all the major, most popular technical indicators. Now, if they all match up to the direction of the breakout, for example, in this instance here, if they're all giving buying signals and you've got a bullish trend, then you'll get more stars. You can get 1 star, which means that they will either be neutral or pointing in the opposite direction. But to be honest, just because it's got more stars doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a fair justification for future performance. It just gives you an idea that there's a little bit more evidence to suggest that a lot more technical factors are all pointing in the same direction. So you might get a 1 or 2 star pattern, but it still will be worth having a look at, because this means that a lot of the other technical indicators might just be neutral. Then you've got the breakout price, you've got the real-time points change from the breakout. So when it's green, it's already gone in the right direction, and when it's red, it's actually going in the opposite direction. I tend to like this to be as close to 0 as possible to show that there's still a little bit more mileage. And then you've got this button right here. This button is really important because what it does, it allows you to see a statistical analysis of up to the last 100 instances of this pattern. So on here right now for silver, I could go ahead and attach an order ticket to there. I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. And this might be something that I might want to take advantage of. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit 1. Set my take profit to here and my stop loss there. As a matter of fact, let's just change that to 10 and hit return. So in this particular instance, I could be risking 26 to make 192, but I don't want to just do that. Obviously, you want to do your other analysis as well. I also want to see how popular, not how popular, how successful that this pattern's been in the past. So I'm just going to left click on here, and it's going to load up all the other instances that this pattern has been active. And what you can actually see here is that the last 100 instances that there's been silver, the triangle, and the 50-minute interval, 24% of the time it fails, 25% of the time it hits the low part of the price projection box, 13% medium, but 38% high. So typically I like to look for when there's a kind of a big ratio between failed and high. In this particular instance, it's okay, but if that was about 15% and that was a little bit higher, that would be a stronger ratio to look at. But this particular instance, if I had done my other research and I had a good story and I'd done a trading plan, because I would never trade just purely in the back of pattern recognition. It just gives you a bit of an idea of what to expect. It can be quite useful for trying to do your good risk-reward ratios as well. You can see there, we could be targeting the top end of this price projection box with my stop losses slightly below the breakout level in this instance. I've actually, now that I've moved that, that's £66 potential risk versus £190 potential gain. And then just go ahead and click confirm, and that trade would be placed, and that would be it done. It's also possible for you to go ahead and backtest any of these products and pattern types. Just select the asset type you want here. For example, I could just go ahead and select gold, and then it would go ahead and look at exactly the same details for triangle 15 minutes. I could change that to 1 day, for example, and it would look at the last instances like that. Very, very useful. But typically, I look at this. New trading opportunities comes up every 15 minutes, but I can go ahead and change the interval here to say, okay, I only want to see 4-hour patterns, for example, and it would only go ahead and show me the 4-hour patterns that are in play right now. I can go back to 1 day. It just gives you a bit of an idea of what to expect. So we have a look at the US NASDAQ right here. I can already see it's already gone quite far into profit right now. Well, actually, it's still got a good bit still to go right there. So it's eyeing up higher gains right there. And I just leave that running in the background. And whenever new opportunities come in, I check them out. And if it fits into my other parts of analysis, it can be a very, very useful tool. And it's something that many CMC clients have already been utilizing. About 12,000 of our clients have actually utilized the pattern recognition scanner so far. So if you're a new user to pattern recognition, do get a chance to check it out. And just keep an eye on all the new alerts as they come in. Make sure you check the charts and you see the price projections and everything else like that. And hopefully you find it a useful support tool to help you make more informed trading decisions. Well, I hope that kind of explains a little bit more about pattern recognition and that you guys at home get the most from it. It's probably also worth pointing out as well that there's actually also manual pattern recognition available across all of our products. So if I have a look at, say, your dollar right here, and go to patterns, you can actually add these on manually. So you can just go ahead and see there. This doesn't alert you to any new price projection levels, but it can tell you that there's new opportunities right now. For example, it's hinting towards there being a trade opportunity coming now if this breaks out. So hopefully you guys will find that useful. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and keep an eye on our YouTube channel for more helpful hints and tips. Take care, and goodbye.